tools first. I guess you can start recording. Am I standing in a good place for this? Yeah, let's open it up. Watch your fingers because it can do a number on your fingers. This is our split spoon sampling kit. And here's an auger tip. We also have another one that's already over there. Brush to clean the dirt off. This is the slide hammer. This is what drives it into the ground. And this pole is for getting it down to this depth. You can add additional lengths to get it longer and longer, but typically using this kind of manual equipment, you can't go more than 2 lengths, especially if it's a well compacted material like a silt or a clay. If it's a pretty loose sand, that you have more opportunity to get further down with it. This is the split spoon itself. This is the tip or the shoe that you drive in. It has it needs to be sharpened up. Pass that around. Somewhat of a point bevel, and it's really hard stainless steel. This is all hardened stainless steel. This is a very expensive sampling kit. Easily $500 to $1,000. They're expensive. This tool helps you to loosen things up if they get too tight. And then we have different sleeves for collecting the core samples. It looks like the only one that actually fits the bore of the split spoon is this stainless steel tube. That one goes in, but these are for another size split spoon, which we don't have here now, and you can see there's too much slop, so we can't use those. However, it does give you an idea that there's different materials, different sizes available depending on what it is you're sampling for, the SW846 method, the QAP, what the laboratory tells you to use. So we can pass that around. That's a brass sample tube. This one's the stainless steel sample collection tube. Pass that around. And here's I don't know if it's acrylic plastic. It doesn't look like PVC to me, but it's a plastic, probably like an acrylic plastic. And then you have your end caps that go on to hold the soil inside the sample that you're going to take to the lab. So if you're going to get, let's say 20 samples, you're going to have 20 of those tubes. And you go to the lab supply house or the field supply house and buy a whole bunch of them. And of course that goes into your cost for the project too, because those are not cheap, especially the stainless steel and the brass. PVCs are pretty cheap. Okay, this thing is difficult to take apart. And so that's why I brought these little tools with me. Sometimes it really doesn't want to come apart. It helps if you have a nice, sturdy, hard surface to bang it on. So it's a good idea to bring some kind of a prior tool with you. This one is a giveaway I got at a trade show somewhere from Kitchell Construction. It has a little blade that I could use to help pry that thing off. And it's got scissors. It has different pick type devices. So one of these ought to be able to make this thing split. If it's showing difficulty, okay, go ahead and pass the split spoon around. The next thing I wanted to, are there any questions about this stuff before I go on to the next thing? No? No questions? All right. So the next thing I wanted to explain to you is the need to know what's below grade. We don't have to get a blue stake certification or a clearance. We call it a clearance from Blue Stake about the underground utilities for this demonstration, because we're not going to go more than a foot. But if you're going to be going more than a foot, you need to have Blue Stake. However, it's a good idea to just look around to see if there's anything that's obvious that we don't want to dig into. So Kyle, why don't you follow me around, and the students should follow me around as we look through the courtyard. Stand up and follow me around, everybody. So what does this look like? So that's probably water, irrigation. If we're going to be digging around this area, might be a good idea to pop that and get an idea where those plastic tubes are going. So can you see down inside the irrigation vault? This is what they call a vault. There's that one that's hard to see with the camera, but here you see a whole bunch of these emitter tubes going towards the tree. And the same thing on this side, they're coming towards the tree. So I don't want to, if I'm going to collect a sample anywhere around this tree, I want to be more towards the perimeter, get away from it, because these things are going to be all around here. But most of them are going to be clustered close to the tree trunk. I don't think you get electrocuted if you hit it, but I know you won't. Here comes one, look. See them sticking up? So this one was routed by the landscaper over to here. So probably it would be a good idea to do some exploratory work with the shovel first to see if there's anything. There's another one right there. Anything that we might bust into. What else does this tell you? What does this tell you?
That's a light, so there must be some electricity running down.
Electricity. So darn sure don't want to go sampling right next to something like this. Seriously, electricity is, by code, it's supposed to be a couple feet down. So it won't be within a foot, but I'm not going to take a chance, even for this class demonstration where we're only going a foot. So you want to stay clear of that. And it's easy, you want to spot another one. So there's one right there, there's one right there, and kind of draw lines. The Blue Stake service will do this for you because they have sensors that can detect the electricity underground, and they'll put spray paint on it. But just using common sense, I see one of these submerged lights, or whatever they call them, ground lights, right over there. So just imagine there's a cable, electrical cable, coming along this line. In fact, I even see even on the other side, Emma, do you see that receptacle sticking up? It looks like you can plug something in. Use the zoom down there, Kyle. You see the electrical receptacle down by those pavers, the rock stones? Yeah, so there's an electrical cable coming right along through here. Not a good idea to be sampling here. Okay, so what else do we look for? You found another light. Dang. So there's probably, yeah, there could be electrical lines. Where's the next one?
There.
Another one's where?
Light back there.
Another one's like right there. Okay. So along this alignment, that electrical line probably comes along here and tees and goes over that way. I'm just guessing. Once again, Blue Stake is, the expert. What else do you think we might see? That's a light. A drip line. You think the drip line continues over to here? It might. Here's a vault. Look at this. Come over and take a look. Look at this one. It's, you should always second guess Blue Stake too. If you come out and survey the site before you start drilling and you see something Blue Stake should have caught, don't start going underground until you check with Blue Stake, because they can make mistakes too. So there's an electrical vault. So this area is obviously really tricky to be trying to get a sample underground in. I was hoping we could find a monitor well. See if there's a monitor well over here. No, I think there's one down at the end of the building. Here's another hatch. What do you suppose that is? What do you suppose this one is?
Don't know.
You know what I think it is?
Monitoring well.
I'm not sure, but it might be a clean out for the sewer line. Because of it has the word Zern on the top of it. So Zern is a brand name for wastewater line plumbing. That's their specialty. I'm thinking that's probably a wastewater clean out. Once again, you got to get blue staked. There's another electrical vault. Where's the monitor wells? No monitor well here. Guess we're not going to see a monitor well around here. There's a whole bunch of monitor wells over by the next building, Peralta. If we were over in the Peralta courtyard, you would see monitor wells. That one looks like a safe spot to you? Okay, it's definitely going to be harder dirt.
It's like no man's land.
But I think you're right, Adam. It's probably better to be safe than sorry, and it's in the shade.
Or down there in the little, by that tree.
What's down there? Let's go take a look.
No way there's anything.
What's your opinion about doing a sample down here? Why don't you guys?
You'd want it in that spot because this is where all the irrigation comes in.
Excellent point.
So if you're off to that side, you're safe.
Yep, it looks like there's
like soft dirt too.
That might be nice soft dirt over there.
And it's in the shade.
Kind of, sorta. Yeah. So softer dirt. Should we go for that one then?
Yeah, let's do it.
Does anybody have any reservations about coming over here? What? You haven't heard about the snake that lives in that green wall there? I'm just kidding.
8 feet long.
8 feet long? We've only lost one student so far?
Yeah, so that's not bad.
Okay. Well, let's bring our gear over there then. Who wants to help get it over?
Presidente.
Excuse me. You could probably pause it while we're carrying this